Hello. Hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. I'm here 365 days of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. It's only political. I don't do personal readings. But I take them out of the chat. Anything in the chat in all caps is how you communicate with me. Other than that, please just type normally. And if you're watching this on replay, hello, you can go down in the description box. All of the questions are listed there, and I timestamp as I go. So you can come here and join us live and chat with everybody, and it's a great community. Or you can watch later, and you can just go down in the description box and pick and choose what you want and have the buffet. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. And we have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. Thank you. And thank you, Kristen, for bringing the great headlines. All right. I think that's about it. Forewarning, I got almost no sleep last night. No big deal. I'll be fine. I'm just letting you know that this is what the inside of my brain looks like right now. And you know what I'm like when I'm like this, because some of you are here every day with me, which is fantastic. Thank you. When I've had too much sugar or not enough sleep, it's great that my conscious mind gets out of the way, which is good for the readings, but details, focus, not great. Anyway, hello, Allison. Hello, Mary Lou. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you like this. All right, so Pamela is asking who asked for Irish coffee. Well, I don't drink, but I guess I'll try it. This isn't Irish coffee. I don't drink. Oh, Rainy Hache, waving at you all from England. Waving at you from Chicago. Thank you, Tuxedo Cat. Okay. We're only 3 minutes in. Let's do this. All right. There are a couple questions left over from yesterday. Your questions are very important to me. So, thank you, Kay. Thank you, Judy. You guys, Wrestling Raids, you guys are great. You are so kind to me. So anyway, is this a hair? What is this? Yes, why, yes, that is. Oh, well. All right, so this was breaking yesterday, but we still need to look at it. Breaking, Fulton, well, it's just news. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis? Yes, Fani Willis is requesting a special grand jury to aid in her investigation of Trump and his efforts to overturn election results. Oh boy, seriously. I would not try to overturn democracy. I don't grift people. I pay my taxes. I like to think I'm a decent person. So, if you don't do stupid stuff, you don't win stupid prizes. And he has the best of everything. He has the grandest of juries. All right, Georgia. Fani Willis, bless you. Grand jury against Trump. It's pretty cut and dry once you look at the facts. It's like, okay, this is the law. Don't do this. Don't use this kind of influence. Okay. Calling up and saying, I need this exact number of votes. And wasn't there an implied threat in there somewhere too? I don't remember that. But it was something like bad things could happen to you, or, nice state you've got there. I don't know what. But I like that Mel Broussard is saying, I sure hope this is Indictment Friday. You and me both. Going down to Georgia. Devil went down to Georgia looking for an election to steal. Polly Wanda, I agree. I love when Rachel Maddow interrupts her show with breaking news. I do too. Every time there's breaking news, I'm like, ooh, something good enough to interrupt Rachel. What happened? Like, literally, you stop whatever I'm doing. And King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. It wasn't just him. You have to think about others who made calls. Well, this is what happened. This is standing up for, this can be lawyers standing up. This could be Fani Willis standing up. Is it Willis? Like the tower in Chicago, which I don't think should have been renamed. Yeah, Fani Willis. I don't know why my brain didn't make the connection. Good grief. They don't even know exactly what year she was born. She was either born in 71 or 72. They don't know. Come on, get on it, Wikipedia. Trump thought he could just do what he wanted. He could go in there and Republicans would do whatever he said. I mean, what is the word beyond it? Extreme audacity. What is that? What's a good word for that? Yeah, Lindsey Graham called Georgia too, didn't he? No? Like what I was saying? Because I know that gall, Rasslin reads gall's a good word. Yeah. Because Trump has the gall. Hubris, yes, Catherine. Stupidity, Chris says, yes. Yes. Unmitigated gall, Lisa Bennett, I like that too. Yes. That's Trump. Holly and France, Trumpish. Yes. Grand jury. Malignancy. Yes, Lindsay called too, Judy Barth says. Very, very good, very good. Here we go. 3 of Wands. Looking out. You just need to find me. Find me. 1,000. I'm calling. Because you need to find me 11,871 votes or whatever it was. Greta Chutzpah. Oh yeah, Jane says entitled. Communications. Legal choice. King of Swords. 10 of Wands. Emperor. Prosecuting. Communicating. Asking for a legal decision. I need this many more votes for me to make me emperor. Prosecution. Okay, so I mean, it's just, yeah, okay, this is happening, but is the grand jury going to indict Trump? Doxy Mom's suggesting brazen arrogance. Yes. Jane, yes, it was 11,780 votes. Thank you. Which is one more than they needed or something. Yeah. Desert Dawn is saying unjustified elitism. These all explain Trump, how Trump does things very, very well. So, grand jury, are you going to, is Trump going to get hit with election meddling charges? 8 of Wands. It was a pattern. World. Hanged Man. 5 of Cups. King of Wands, there's Trump the man. 9 of Wands. See, I would have thought this would be fairly straightforward, but it almost feels like there are more people involved, and it's more involved. So I mean, because you've got motive. Crimes. Motive means an opportunity. Motive, huge motive, means he could talk directly to the people he needed to there. Opportunity. Yeah, we have it on tape. Oh, Jill, I love that. Let's order a round of subpoena coladas. Subpoena coladas. I love that. I love that. And then Pamela Bryant's here with all the drinks. Yes. So what's going to happen with Trump? Any idea? Does anybody know what the potential? I mean, is this jail time? Is this a fine? What's the yes, Lisa, Jill wins the internet. Yes. Guess what? Shocking. I know. Hold on. Just relax, because he's not going to cooperate. I know. Shocking. I know. Just take a deep breath. Queen of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, Star. Calling in favors. I don't know if it's just so cut and dry because they have the video, or if it's I'm getting him not cooperating, but I'm not getting a huge amount of friction. But that might also just be here's the video, here's what he did. What else do you need? Oh boy. So there are times it's kind of fun when you haven't slept. It was just a one-off thing where I got very little sleep, and I don't know, everything's just kind of really fun right now. I'm stone cold sober, but this is what I'm like when I'm really tired or I've had too much sugar. Just like, ooh, pretty. You guys are great. Where's the kitty? He doesn't have anything to fall back on here. There's no Ace of Cups. There's the idiot himself. Standing up against him, trying to get his lawyers trying to do whatever. It's going to happen. That's all I'm getting. I'm not getting friction. Exactly, Azalea. They released the recording, so. Oh, Mel Broussard, MVP. Violation of Georgia Election Code, Chapter 2, Article 15, punishable by up to 10 years in jail and or $100,000 fine. Come on, big years. Big years. High fines, but big years. Years in prison. Come on, big years in prison. Like it's a game show. Do not just. Will they just end up fining him and that's it? Like. Is he going to get off easy? Whew. No. Mm-mm. Six of Cups, Ace of Swords, Seven of Wands. No. Truth, putting him massively on the defensive. And we can get back to get closer to a normal life. Okay. Gary Atkins has some breaking news. Bigly years. Yes, Lesser Leads. Bigly years. Come on, Bigly years. In prison. Yes. Gary. Thank you. Come on, Bigly. Okay. Oh, Holly and Fran says those charges are per count. So those years and fines could be multiplied. Yes. All right, Gary has something. Breaking. Copy. All right. Where are we? We are at 16 in a bit. Okay. So apparently the January 6th committee, this is breaking news, the January 6th committee just obtained a letter that was prepared for Trump's signature in December 2020 that was going to direct the Secretary of Defense to order the military to seize voting machines. Jellia261 says, that link I just posted has Rick Wilson going, my God. Gary Atkins says the source is Brian Tyler Cohen. So, but he didn't sign it. That's the problem. Is Trump going to... Is all of this going to add up to sedition? Does all of this add up to a sedition conviction for Trump? I think that's what it comes down to, doesn't it? Oh, Polly Wanda, that's true. I believe vaccine particles will corrupt voting machines and the moon's orbit will sway the magnetized tabulations in the Republicans' favor. Exactly. It's a blow to Republicans the Republican Party who will be seen as sucked into this. King of Swords. There's a prosecutor. It also feels a little bit like Schiff. Adam Schiff. I don't know why. Three of Pentacles. Hanged Man. World. Magician. He's in big trouble. Got Trump in big trouble. If it's like, how are things going to go for me? Well, something legal possibly going on with a prosecutor here about a plan you made, and they've pieced it together, and strung up by your heels in the middle, end of the world as you've known it. You'll get a good lawyer. It's the end of the world as Trump knows it. I feel fine. Adam Schiff is awesome. Let's see. Diane B. Call to attack the federal buildings. What's that from? All right. Let's go on to other stuff. 20 minutes in. White Dragon had a question yesterday, which was Putin. Well, the question was, Putin seems hell-bent on invasion. Will he be able to make it stick? Actually, this goes along with something that was down here. Glenna Miles, who I'm afraid Glenna is. Am I forgetting? Is Glenna Miles a regular and I've just somehow missed it? Because Glenna Miles asked, will the people of Ukraine choose Russia over crushing poverty and insecurity? Anyway, but Putin seems intent on invasion. Will he be able to make it stick? I'll just keep looking. I just keep getting the little dance that Putin does. One step forward, my toes are over the line. No, they're not. Yes, they are. No, they're not. Yes, they are. Oh my gosh. Seriously? They're bringing back Clippy in Word? Or Windows? You seem to be trying to write a letter of sedition. Would you like to rethink this? Desert John says Ukrainian family hates Russia. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Glenna Miles, I'm here often. Okay. So you think they'd be better off, Ukraine would be better off being a part of Russia? I'm just trying to understand. Will Ukraine end up being a part of Russia again? Strength. Okay. 2 of Wands. Page of Pentacles. Not page, duh. King of Pentacles. Moon. 6 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. I've got just nerve-wracking. Just absolutely nerve-wracking. Money troubles, and it's economic disruption. So I'm not seeing anything in the chat. I'm just getting nerve-wracking stress. That's all I'm getting. And that's what I've been getting every day that I've read on this for a couple of weeks now. Artemis Linnae is saying, DW News reported last week that Putin has limited time to act, as the weather will make things a literal quagmire when the spring thaw begins and the marshy lands turn into a muddy slog. Okay. Oh no, that's Tucker had a dog whistle last night. I missed the dog whistle. That's interesting. Desert Dawn says Ukraine just barely won their independence 35 years ago. Yeah, and they gave up their nuclear weapons only because the West basically said they'd protect them. Is my understanding. That's the worry, is the tower. 6 of Wands, Devil. Ukraine and Russia. Ukraine and Russia. Putin's $1 billion house. 9 of Cups, Death card. 10 of Cups. I get a step forward. My foot's over the line. I've moved the thing. No. I just get that over and over and over. I keep getting the same answer, no matter how many times I look. Yes, it's the worst thing. No. Okay. So what did Tucker do? Tucker Carlson. Our attention on Ukraine drives Russia, blah, blah, blah. Tucker Carlson, Joe Biden declares war on white supremacy. I would hope so. The homeless crisis is a symptom of our society, blah, 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 blah. So, what was the... He called for an attack on... on federal buildings? What? All right, let me try Twitter. Tucker. Why is Stephen Colbert trending? Please tell me nothing happened to Stephen Colbert. I'm looking at Tucker Carlson. I'm not seeing that. Does anybody have like a clip or a... Diane B. Tucker told how to do it, like Oklahoma City. Okay, I need links. I'm not saying I don't believe you, but I need something that's serious. I need links, clips, video, please. Tucker. Jim Dave. Tucker called for an attack on federal buildings. That is seditious speech. Yep. Did he couch it in, well, then we would have to attack federal buildings. Jane says Colbert had a great monologue last night. Colbert has been hitting it out of the park this week. Sally is saying, just heard about Ivanka carrying a box of food at a food bank. What is this supposed to prove? All of a sudden she's concerned about hunger? All right. Let's have a look at Tucker. Keep getting the same thing on Tucker too, but maybe we'll get something different this time. 29. Tucker. Keeping an eye on the chat to see if there's Mandy. Was she Mandy of Merrimack was asking, was she coming or going with the food box? 29:30. Tucker Carlson. Gina says, I can't find anything on Google on Tucker. I couldn't either, but Tucker Carlson. he's even with some of his stuff in general, he really is opening himself up to lawsuits. Yeah. Maybe she was stealing lunch for her family. For the other grift members of the grift family. 5 of Cups, 2 of Wands. Yeah, Trump, Tucker rabble rousing, trying to kick down all the all the Democratic points. Anything good the Democrats might do. They are far right communication, Tucker's trying to stir stuff up. Hierophant, King of Pentacles, government, but he's sitting pretty, and even if he left Fox News, he's just going to go home and roll around in his money like Scrooge McDuck. So I'm not seeing you. It doesn't seem like anybody was able to find any receipts on that one. So I'm sure they're probably out there. We could always get to them tomorrow. But jeez. All right. All right, at 32. Kathy Lamson had a question. And just having a look. Okay. So at 32, what's going on with the HazMatt Gaetz lawsuit? Poor Sarah. Sarah was looking over my questions. She was gathering some of the questions for me this morning, and she was kind enough to do that. And she was like, HazMatt Gaetz. So she's like, I'm Googling HazMatt Gaetz and nothing's coming up. No, that's just what I call him. Oh, HazMatt Gaetz. So his ex-girlfriend got immunity, has testified, and has been granted immunity. So, HazMatt Gaetz, how's it going? I realize that justice moves slowly, but how many more parties has HazMatt Gaetz been to? Being out there to do whatever he wants. Who knows what he's been doing? There should be a happy medium somewhere here where you're actually getting people like this off the streets. I'm glad Sarah's doing better too. And thank you guys for praying for her. Huge. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. All right, government. Matt Gaetz is out there and he's, excuse me, he's calling for, he was just, I just saw him, he was with Marjorie Trader Green on somebody's podcast or whatever, calling for the same kind of garbage that they normally do. Thank you, Glenna. All right, I've got to take this. Maybe it'll help. Whew. I take it's EPA and DHA. It's the good stuff that's in fish oil. Whew. It's made from algae, which is where the fish get it. It's just it's more concentrated because they eat a lot of algae. Well, if you take the algae, you can concentrate that and take that instead. Be vegan. Every once in a while, one of the vials of the oil is not quite as closed as one would wish, and It's like getting a fish stuck up your nose. Oh, no. No. Please tell me you are kidding. Please tell me Ivanka was not walking into a food bank delivering cake. Please tell me you're kidding. Let them eat cake. You got to tell me. Where was I? 30. Let's just do 36. Yes. Wrestling reads. No. Greta, yes, it's on her Instagram. Princess Precious was delivering cake to the hungry. Let them eat cake. Okay, I gotta look, and we'll come back to HazMatt Gaetz. Instagram. Are you kidding? Ivanka Trump. Okay, well, hang on a second. Free boxes of food. Let me share screen, Chrome tab. All right, let me take down the overlay. All right, free. Fruit and produce. Today, our Farmers and Families Food Box program will roll out round 5 new funding, Hungry Americans, locally sourced meals. Incredible partners and volunteers who help feed tens of thousands of American families across Idaho and New York. Free food boxes. No mask, not a mask in sight. And I like the look on her face here, like, why are you talking to me? Peasant. Aw, there we go. I'm not seeing things about, I'll try this other one again, but I'm not seeing a lot about cake, but hey, maybe I'm wrong. Still looking. At least she's wearing a mask here. Oh, yes, do keep your nose uncovered. That's always helpful. Close the door. Close the door. Oak Farm, seed to table. Well, what a lovely photo op for her, but I'm not actually seeing anything about the cake. Whoops. Nope, that was a test. There we go. There was no cake. Just a joke. Okay. Well, you guys were saying, I take your word for it. But anyway, let's go back to HazMatt Gaetz at 40. Wow. Okay. No mask. Oh, well. So what's going on with HazMatt Gaetz's law? Legally, what's going on with HazMatt Gaetz? Everything's been swept, even a YouTube video? Really? On Tucker? I bet somebody's got something saved. All right. I'm going to try to focus. I know. When I haven't slept, it's hard to focus. And you guys bring all this interesting stuff, and I want to 41. All right, I'm going to focus on this reading for a minute. If you guys can find something, let me know. Other than that, just please take pity on me, because I have had almost no sleep, and I am all over the map mentally. So it's hard for me to juggle today. All right. Azalea says, we'd like to chitty chat with you. Well, I appreciate that too. I want to get these other readings done. But if there's something on Tuckham's, I will stay on late. If there are any receipts on that, I will stay on as long as it takes. All right. But right now, move this down. 42. 15. HazMatt Gaetz. Oh, good. I've got this horrible feeling right around my third eye. So I must have the right. I must have the right energy. All right. HazMatt Gaetz. Well, his ex-girlfriend. I'm ignoring the chat. Ignore the chat. We'll get there. We'll look at the receipts when I'm done with some of these questions. Okay. HazMatt Gaetz, government. The government has given his ex-girlfriend immunity. She has testified. So I don't think it's a stretch to say she testified against him. High Priestess. 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, 5 of Wands, King of Pentacles. There's a decision. It's not just him. Oh, he's the big name, but this is, first of all, Secrets of the Dynasty. This is the Gaetz family. Everything his father is also covered up for him. But this was a bridge too far. It's more than one person on the defensive. And then Gaetz is, right now, he's just sitting out there. All this is roiling behind him, but it's not him. Yes, Gary, I read about the filing cabinet yesterday. I think it was the first question. HazMatt Gaetz. Somebody gonna indict you soon? Charges? There's been lots of talk. Will there be actual charges? I'd say that's a yes. Doesn't even feel like, this is the right area of energy. It's like a yes. Okay. 10 of Cups, Hanged Man, Knight of, he'll fight back. But we've already heard a lot of it. Suspension. Well, the Republicans have been removing people from Congress, even temporarily, less and less, even from those heinous accusations. But this is a big suspension. And then he fights back. Matt Gaetz. Why are you still swanning around? Why hasn't the government done something about this? 5 of Cups. He's just going around trying to knock down democracy. Again, 5 of Wands, 4 of Wands. TikTok. What's going on is they're working on it. And for those of you who don't know, yes, we've lost Meatloaf and Louis Anderson, I believe. Very sad. All right, 47. All right, Faye had a question about that, 47. What is up with all the celebrity deaths lately? Well, one of them is that there was celebrity culture back, in the times of, going all the way back. I mean, on a small, we had people following Chopin all around Europe, but, with the rise of movie stars and all this kind of stuff in the early 20th century, it got bigger, and then it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I heard a scientist, an anthropologist, saying that at one point, if you were, Homo sapien, chances were good that you would meet a grand total of about 150 people in your entire life. That's it. And now it's like 150 people. We have so many people in our minds who we've seen on TV, movies, news, 6 degrees of separation, or so-and-so would be through this, knows that person, and then you've got that gossip and this. There's this vast constellation of stars. And we've got a pandemic going, and we have some who are, I'm not saying that I know exactly, but some who are not big on vaccinations or masks, Ivanka. And it's a lot of them are just also getting older and didn't really take good care of themselves. I mean, if you think about it, back in, I decided which of the books is going to be second in my mystery series. It's going to be Dark-In, which is set in 1971. And, I've got there's the coffee shop goes back to being a bar. And there's a cigarette machine in the lobby of the inn. All of these things, and people smoked and drank, and so all of these people who've contributed publicly to the world. Ace of Cups, 8 of Swords, Empress, Two of Wands, Ace of Wands, communication, and it hurts. This is all of us collectively, like their family. You know, it's almost like they're distant cousins. And we just happen to have hundreds of thousands of distant cousins that we all know the names of, we all know something about. We've all had at least a one-way parasocial relationship with. And it's emotional. So it's not really surprising. Electra Storm says Louis had cancer. Oh, bless. He was 68. Beetleaf had pipes. He certainly found women to sing with him who had pipes. Wow. All right, 5130. Jelly has a question. Will the insurrectionist congresspersons be undone by using the 14th Amendment against them? For those outside of the U.S., the 14th Amendment basically came in after the Civil War. So 1865-ish, or after, that's kind of time it ended, but from there on. And basically what it was saying, the late 1860s, it was basically if you took part in an insurrection, if you took part in sedition, you could not hold office. So 14th Amendment. I'm getting a mental image of Michael Grant. It's like, oh, back in the 70s. Oh, okay. You do you. 14th Amendment. Well, they're going to be on the defensive. Six of Pentacles, evidence. Those who did cooperate, evidence. Eight of Cups, lovers. Those are the hardcore Trumpers, cult members. Seven of Swords, thieves. Six of Swords, as in either going to prison or get out. Electra Storm says they need to put that rule back. Well, it's a 14th Amendment. My understanding is it's there. It's still there. It wasn't removed. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, Kevin, I'm sorry. Kevin says, I recently moved. A friend familiar with the area pointed to a giant house across the property line and said, Meatloaf lives there. I said. There goes the neighborhood. Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that. th Amendment. So does anybody know anything about the 14th? Like but my understanding is they could still use it, but please correct me if I'm wrong. Queen of Swords. That's investigation. That's legal matters. 10 of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. Doesn't matter who you are, how connected you are. The January 6th committee they're coming for you. There's a possibility here, unless there's something about that amendment that isn't was removed or doesn't work or something. It feels, yeah. Oh, okay. Sherry H. says, Amendment 14, Section 3, it's still there, just removed the death clause of punishment. Well, that's good. Goodness gracious. Oh, and we had some issues in the chat as I'm going on to the next question at 56:30. We had some issues this morning in the chat that got pretty heated, and it wasn't clear. So if anybody could message me on Twitter what was going on with someone being completely blocked from the channel, and it looked like there were people blocking each other's comments, and then there was somebody who blocked someone else from the channel, which I'm a little uncomfortable with that. But if you could message me on Twitter and let me know what happened there, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. And apparently they're trying to use the 14th Amendment against Cawthorn. Ugh. Well, let's look at that. 57. "14th Amendment against that charmer who is Cawthorn." Will they have any luck with that? Emperor, yeah, he's definitely thinks well of himself. Sun, Temperance, Star. Well, I've got 4 major arcana, and there's Temperance in the middle. Sherry H. Veterans Affairs are mad at Cawthorn. He sat cleaning his gun during a Zoom meeting with the vets from around the country. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Michael Grant says the 14th functions well with fundamental rights. Okay. Okay. People in the far right on the defensive, throwing the things out to see what will stick, feeling all put upon and beaten up. He wants to be a politician for the rest of his life. He wants to be in there for decades. He has a platform. People listen to him, his screeds. But I'm not picking up. It doesn't feel like that's what's going to happen. Ooh, Michael says courts advance qualified immunity as a shield to the 14th, requiring precedent to sue cops. I'm afraid I don't have the mental capacity right now to understand that. Sorry. Six of Cups. Six of Swords, Judgment, Four of Cups. He's got trouble ahead of him. He definitely does. But I don't know specifically about the 14th Amendment. All right, 101. Lecter Storm had a question. Will the national press have a Tower moment eventually? They are clearly against democracy. When will the news be about reporting the news and informing, not reality TV for ratings? And you're saying national press, so you're saying all of them. Okay, so you're saying all you think that all of them are not reporting news, they're just doing reality TV. Fair enough. Okay, I'm just trying to understand what you're asking, because your questions are important to me. It's a business. Star. Okay, Lecture Storm's saying yes. All right. Star, which is good. How many newspapers are called the Star? Emperor, 10 of Cups, Queen of Swords, High Priestess, Page of Swords. This extremism of the far right, Tea Party, then Freedom Caucus and Trump and all of this, it really, and then the pushback, it really pushed people more red, more blue. And now there's all of this investigative stuff coming out, secrets going to be revealed. And these are journalists who are out there fighting the good fight, trying to find out information. It's pretty cutthroat, but it's also a business model. And I'm afraid there's a chicken and egg situation here, where did the media, will the divisions in the country get better when the media is acting better, or will the divisions in the country have to get better before the media gets better? Like, who's leading who? Whom? Who's leading whom? It's the division. And until something happens with that, it's a business model. And it's not necessarily the most lucrative job in the first place. So, hello, Deb. Okay, so 104.30. Tina had a question about Al Franken. Haven't read on him in ages. Will Al Franken choose to run for Senate again? If so, will he succeed? Al Franken. There's some bad blood still. Thank you, Sheila. The energy is ick, just overall. Well, Franken, Knight of Wands. He definitely has words to say about the far right. Wheel of Fortune, Two of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Star, insult to injury. This is a card of hope, but it also can be the star as in someone famous. It doesn't necessarily have to be. This isn't a government. This isn't like, okay, this is a government card. I don't have anything here. This messenger thing, this would be more just sending a message about. No, because he has a podcast, doesn't he? My understanding was overall he was a good senator as far as senators go, but Leah Backman says, if so, Franken would run for governor of my state, Minnesota. He's got my votes. Okay, Al Franken, governor. Minnesota governor. King of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. This is what's going to happen with the right fighting against to bring the right down. If he does it, maybe sometime in the future, but nothing. I'm not getting something here. So that's what I'm getting. He may eventually. There's certainly a lot to talk about, but. And there's still some bad blood. I just keep getting Republican stuff. Yeah. There's definitely some bad blood. Like, I just even feel it. And suddenly I've got this creepy, like, spiders on my arms. It's not nice. Quit that. Quit that. I have no spiders on me. That's ridiculous. Quit. Okay. 108. Lisa had a question. Oh, please tell me you are the singer. Ivanka and Jared skipped Trump's rally and have flown out of Miami to an undisclosed location. Did they flee? Are they in hiding? What's going on? All right, Javanka. When was that? Instagram. This was January 19th. So a couple days ago, she was pretending to be a humanitarian. Lisa, no, I am not. Ah, okay. Well, I bet you are great, just the way you are. She was a good singer. Javanka. Are Javanka going to flee? TikTok. Eight of Swords, Hermit, Hanged Man, Page of Wands, things are going to get tighter and tighter and darker and darker. I wouldn't be surprised if they take a trip to Israel. I don't know if it's going to be like a permanent thing, but I think they might just, oh, we're just going to go to Israel and maybe kind of be in and out of there a little bit. I'm getting something about Israel, but I'm not getting a, we're just going to pick up and move there and period. That's the end of it. Not once. I don't think the far right are attacking Javanka. Oh no, they know. Ivanka knows about the insurrection and what the far right were doing. King of Wands, Star, Strength, Nine of Swords, Hanged Man. That's their father. Spotlight. Trying to hold it together for the kids. A lot of legal worry. Turning their life upside down. I don't know. I didn't see anything from what happened early today, Sharon Saib. If anybody could let me know in Twitter messages what happened this morning, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Four of Swords. That's a legal barrier. Knight of Wands, Six of Cups. There's something going on behind the scenes where they want to stay in the U.S. They want to rehabilitate their image, but with all this legal stuff coming down, it feels like they're getting some things ready, maybe in the background. Like, do they own a house in Israel? Linda Johnson says, but we have a treaty with Israel. They would be extradited. Yes and no. I don't know that it's that cut and dried, especially if there's enough money floating around. I don't know. But I'm getting some movement behind the scenes. Let's see, not if they paid good money to be hidden. Snow Wolf says might not if it has a dual citizenship. Oh, there's legal peril coming for them. Javanka, yeah. Death card, Eight of Cups, card of evidence, saying pretty, Nine of Pentacles. Problem is if they go to Israel, Kushner can't be in the U.S. with doing his business. GM Dave says, I think Israel would shield Jared. Could be. I think there's some maneuvering behind the scenes. All right, 115. Tina White had a question. To date, there have been 4 separate plans to overturn the election that have been uncovered. Were there other plans that have not yet come to light? Oh, so many ways to commit sedition. Ace of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Page of Swords. 3 of Swords. The truth's going to come out one way or the other. Republicans, card of the bully, 3 swords through the heart. If you use the ace, that's 4. I think it's going to be depending on how you classify different things. So there's shocking stuff. And there's more. There's more that haven't come out yet. That's, yeah. All right, 117 Fire Sky had a question. 117. We haven't heard anything lately about Allen Weisselberg. What can the cards tell us? Okay. Weisselberg. You do finance for grift. Come. Allen Weisselberg. 2 cards to the center. Judgment. Well, we've already seen him being walked into court in handcuffs. It was a beautiful sight. 10 of Wands, 6 of Cups, 2 cards for the middle. King of Wands, the Fool. Guess who that is? Trump. 7 of Wands, Justice. Oh, it's moving apace. He's on the defensive. He did a lot, and he tried to clean it up. It also feels like it's the family, but this is Trump in the middle. He's on the defensive. Major Arcana Justice. So it isn't just, oh, okay, well, eventually something will happen, maybe. No, it's moving. That Wheel of Fortune is turning. So Google P says, at this point, I struggle to imagine what might shock the public. Thank you, Foggy Ozark. Well, definitely Grift Co.'s world is done. Oh, the brothers Grift. Evidence. Paperwork being brought into court. We're going to hear, next we will hear about the brothers Grift and possibly the princess. But that's what we're getting on that. It's moving. It's moving. All right. Okay? Can we go? We're going to go back to Tucker Carlson. Did anyone find a video Is there a video out there of what Tucker Carlson said? Something about potentially attacking federal buildings? What? No. Thank you, Desrat. So I'm just waiting for you guys, because you had some information earlier. I'll just nap. While you guys are letting me know what you know, I'll do a, is there a message for us? $121.30, message for us. All right, message for us. Current basis, Carlson talked about Russia attacking Ukraine. Okay. No, but there was talk earlier. If anybody, and then someone was talking about a link. So, message for us. What I'm getting is all the stress we've been under for these years, all the worry we've carried. It's time for them to stress. Take your stress and go there. Matt Gaetz, Jim Jordan, whatever. It's your turn to stress. I'm going to have a cup of cocoa and sit in the gray chair of happiness for a while. That's what I'm getting there. Ace of Swords, King of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Three of Wands. There's Biden. There's a Sword of Truth. There's Biden. Information coming out. It's weakening the right. Going forward, fighting the good fight. This is a political message. And Three of Wands, what you put out there will come back to you. What they've put out will come back to them. I'm getting a political answer on a message for us. Hang in there. That's what this is saying. Hang in there. It's right around the corner. All right, let me go grab. Apparently there's a tweet I should check. So let me go over here. Let me try to grab that. And I'll refresh this because. So let me go over here. Pause that. Hang on a second. Let me grab this name on Twitter. Okay. Just Andrew Lawrence had something, but I don't know if this is real. And there's language on the screen, so I will warn those of you who try to stay away from that. To make this bigger. And There, I took it off the screen. Let's share. Let's see what this says. Maybe it's real. Maybe it's doctored. I don't know. Share screen. Okay. Karen B says, Carlson, unregistered agent of the Russian Federation, treason. Okay. Sherry H says, I see 2 Tucker Carlson videos posted. Which one? What was the topic? Well, something about potentially attacking government buildings. I don't know. So let's try this one. Let's see what this says.
But the public knew better. One borderline personality type responded to all this by buying fertilizer and fuel oil, and in the spring of 1995 blew up 168 people at the federal building in Oklahoma City. It was awful. Imagine if something like that happened now. We would never recover. Violence against innocents is always wrong. It's always tragic, no matter who commits it. It's not a political question. It's a moral question. It's an absolute.
Okay.
But in a political environment like this one, where the people in charge are already salivating at the thought of going full Soviet,
what?
The U.S. as we know it would be over right away. Our core freedoms would disappear overnight. We would be enslaved. That would be a disaster on top of the disaster. So far, there is no suggestion that that will happen in this country. In the face of vicious provocation, cruelty, and persecution, conservatives have remained calm and nonviolent.
Conservatives have remained calm? Are you kidding me?
I sincerely hope they stay that way. But the public knew better. One borderline personality provocation, cruelty, and persecution.
Hang on, I'm having trouble with my sound. Thank you, fire truck. Can I not hear stuff? 1 second. No, that's there. So why aren't you connecting? One more try. I missed the end of that. I was afraid of the... Okay, now it says it's connected. All right, let's try this. So... I missed this last part.
That would be a disaster on top of a disaster. So far, there is no suggestion that that will happen in this country. In the face of vicious provocation, cruelty, and persecution, conservatives have remained calm and nonviolent, and thank God for that. Let's sincerely hope they stay that way. But the
a bunch of garbage, but that doesn't sound like attack. Is okay. I'm not really seeing, unless I missed something, because I am tired. I'm not getting. He's said worse. So GM Dave says we heard the creepy innuendo. Yeah. Cindy Miller, he wasn't calling for an attack. Yeah, I'm not getting that either. He's so awful. But anyway, but you are not, and I am grateful for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. It is 1:52 here in Chicago. I will be back here. I will be on the Book Art Media channel at 4 o'clock to do creative sprints. You are always welcome. Other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow to take your 12 political questions, and I don't have any left over from today. So I'll need a full 12. I'll need a full 12 questions on deck tomorrow. So if you wouldn't mind putting them in the chat between certainly 11:30 and noon, maybe 11:15, I'd appreciate it. Because your questions are very important to me. All right, hang in there. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and just remember there are good days ahead. All right, take care.